Good morning, Northmont Middle School. Today is Thursday, January 24th, 2018, and I'm Andrew Markham.
And I'm Rose Combs, and you're watching the Nuts and Bolts Show.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
And teachers, please make sure your students are dressed for success.
Oh, Rose, your shirt.
You like it? It's Pokemon. I do have to say, Andrew, your shirt was definitely not a letdown. You owned up to your word.
Thanks. I told you so.
11 would be proud.
Well, let's not let them down and get to today's announcements.
Let's go. Here are today's announcements.
Please come out and support the Lady T-Bolts basketball teams tonight for their last home game.
Science Olympiad will have a practice tonight at 7 p.m. in the Media Center.
Now that we've talked about what we've been waiting for all week, Trendy Thursday, let's talk about what else we've been focused on, Shoes for the Shoeless.
That's right, we're still raising money through coin donations, so let's be sure that we keep up the flow up until the end of this by bringing in change and dropping it in your team's jug.
But you can still drop dollars in other teams' jugs in order to cut down on their score in order to boost your team ahead.
For more information, let's roll that video.
Born to embrace, not accepted. We were given nothing more, so we kept it. As the colors of our boots keep fading, we live a life that we hate without saying. Who would listen to the cries of a poor man? Never done nothing. How can we be something?
As school nurses, we had become aware that many times our students come to school without shoes, without socks, and without underclothes. These children come with shoes that may or may not belong to a family member, stuffed with newspaper, or the shoes may have multiple holes with cardboard at the bottom to keep their foot from touching the ground, or they come to school in the middle of winter with flip-flops because that's all they have to protect their feet.
In the crowd of the dead and disappointed, we're ashamed, giving up on what we wanted. Take a chance on a long shot this time.
Shoes for the Shoeless is a great program. You don't think about elementary school kids not having shoes. And they don't. They do have shoes. They have shoes that don't fit or that are too big because they've outgrown their shoes and they're wearing their big brother's shoes. They have shoes that are too small because they can't afford to get a new pair of shoes, and they might rip a hole in the end and their toes sticking out. I've seen this firsthand in my building, and Shoes for the Shoeless has helped to replace shoes and at least gives kids 6 months worth of having a good pair of shoes that fit and clean socks to wear.
We are fortunate enough to have ran into an agency by the name of Shoes for the Shoeless that have provided our children with that need. We have a lot of resources in Dayton Public Schools, and we do tap into those resources from time to time. But this resource, when we call, we get a response right away. It's not a matter of filling out a lot of paperwork. It's not a matter of making a lot of phone calls. It's a simple email saying that we want you here and that we have these children that have the need for the shoes.
Socks or they're wearing hand-me-downs, and many of them have never had a new pair of shoes. And when they come in with the shoes, these kids are absolutely joyful. It was an experience they've never had before for many of them. And for days they talk about their new pair of shoes and what they're doing with them. And they go through that whole experience that we all had when we were kids about, I don't want to get my new pair of shoes dirty, and I don't want to get them in the mud, and I want to take care of them.
We're not finished yet.
So that's why we're raising money. So don't forget to put money in the coin jugs outside the cafeteria.
Because otherwise, how would kids get the shoes they need?
Exactly. Speaking of shoes, at T-Bolt Times, you can now vote for your favorite shoe brand from a wide range of options. Wow. I don't know what kind of shoe I'd vote for. There's so many options. How can you pick?
Converse, forever and always. What if we could vote for lunch? I'd add more cookies, ice cream, cake, even pie.
You're making my stomach growl. Besides, that sounds more like a dessert lunch.
What do you consider an actual lunch then?
I'll show you. Here are today's lunches.
I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to meet a man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. But I'm watching, 'cause I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. When the money for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come, but I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to meet a man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at you.
So anime, charity, and lunch all in the same show? How could this get any better?
The only way it really could would be if we had some kind of celebration to talk about.
Like today's birthdays?
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Here are today's birthdays.
Happy birthday to Reed Diller.
And Lauren Heflin. Happy birthday. Well, that's our show. Don't forget to be responsible,
Bring in change.
be resourceful,
Think about others before yourself.
and be respectful, because that's the Northmont way.
Have a wonderful Wednesday. Thursday.